Again? Oh, yes, good morning, y'all look so fabulous. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Ocala. There's a few newcomers here. Raise your hand if this is your first time here. Welcome you. Thank you so much for being here. I know it's going to be worth your time. So I'm Reverend Cindy Grimes, and I am the Spiritual Director here at the Center for Spiritual Living. And I want to let you know a little bit about us. Aren't these graphics phenomenal? Yeah. Let's put our graphics together. Where'd she go? She disappeared back there. Beautiful. This is my first time seeing these. How lovely. So this is our vision at Center for Spiritual Living Ocala. We are a model center for spiritual living, as evidenced by the transformational impact we have on the folks that sit in this room, right, this spiritual community, and then as it ripples out. Which means if your life starts to feel better, things start to flow better, you start to feel more joy, then we have done our work. We have done our work. And so it begins here and it spreads out. How many of you want to be a center of joy yourselves? Yes. Peace and love, absolutely. All right, so that's our vision. And we do that by empowering individuals to awaken to the power and presence that lies within and all around them. You see, if you're new to this teaching, what we call the science of mind is what we teach here at Center for Spiritual Living. We believe in this thing that folks call God, right? But that it is actually present everywhere. You can't keep it out if you wanted to. In other words, that power and presence is sitting right in the seat where you are right now, where each and every one of us is, that we are all emanations of that one spirit. We can't be anything else. So that's what we teach, and that's what the framework that we come from. And these are our values, and I'm going to say them. You're welcome to say them after me. Spiritual growth and practice.
Spiritual growth and practice.
All right. Love.
Love.
Appreciation.
Appreciation.
Community.
Community.
Freedom.
Freedom.
Creativity.
Creativity.
Health and wholeness.
Health and wholeness.
Generosity.
Generosity.
And financial well-being.
Financial well-being.
All right. These are the things that are important to us at Center for Spiritual Living Ocala. And if they're important to you, then maybe we have found a match. Right? Notice spiritual growth and practice is at the top of the list. That's why we come together. Because we can all read the books on our own. We can all read them on our own, and we probably all have been. How many of you have been reading all the books, right? Yes. But it's a different thing when you come into spiritual community, and we can boost one another, and we all grow because of the synergy of what happens when we come together in community. So that's why we are here, is to empower our own growth and the growth of others. And Science of Mind magazine reading. Are you up? All right, that's your cue.
Hello.
I'm going to switch off with David.
Okay. Good morning. My name is David Grigas. Glad to be here today. Reading today is October 8th, Let Us Rise. And it says, to cure jealousy is to see it for what it is, a dissatisfaction with self. And from the philosophy of Ernest Holmes, it says, I find nothing in the universe that says no to reality. There is nothing in any of us that can. Therefore, there must be a transcendence of our own thought that is possible, that has immediate precedence over everything that has ever gone before, everything that everybody ever believed or thought, or that all people believed. And there's a quote, the great are great only because we are on our knees. Let us rise. You will discover no greatness outside of yourself. That which appears to be greatness in another is merely as much as you have projected from yourself to the other. As that hidden thing is removed, you and I will see in the other the more perfect image. We have disclosed it, but we couldn't disclose it until we saw it as it is. And we can't see it as it is until we are as it is. And there isn't any more is-er than that. And one of my spiritual teachers used to tell me, isness is my business. So, spiritual awakening then, as in the transcendence of our own thought, sets a new cause in motion, which supplants all prior causes. Holmes is saying that no matter who has believed what, even if the whole world believed it at the same time, one person's consciousness committed to the perfect image changes everything. Let's say we perceive greatness in another, and we say to ourselves, I could never do that. This becomes an activity of law for us. And as we go do something else, and as we get to go do something else, but perhaps we say, I must do that. Then the law takes that up instead. And we suddenly find knowledge, connections, and supply flowing toward us in support of our own success. And we become the reality we desire to occupy. Woo, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, I'm loving it. So affirmation, and I'll say it and then you can repeat it after me. This is the affirmation that goes along with today. There is an inspiration, within me that governs every act, every thought, with conviction, and in peace. Amen.
Thank you, David. I love well, it always happens. You know, I don't know what's going to be in the Science and Mind magazine when we write our talks. And it's always wonderful when it supports, as it always does, right? Because there is that power and presence that knows even before we know what we need, it knows and it has it available for us. So, I think the next thing is for me to do a little prayer. And we call it spiritual mind treatment here, but it is affirmative prayer for those of you who've never seen that term. I know I wasn't wild about it the first time I saw it. I was like, what is this place? Just call it prayer. That's what it is. It's a term. So I'm going to just invite you to turn within, close your eyes and take a nice deep breath. And just release anything that has come before this moment and anything that's to come after. And just be here now with your breath, with the sounds of the room, with the sounds of the beautiful harp. And we know that there is only one power and presence that runs in, around, and through all things. It is here in this moment. It is in the music. It's in the people sitting next to us. It is in my voice. The power and presence that is here today, that supports us, that nurtures us, that loves us, that gives us life. And so from this place of oneness, I can just claim my words for myself and for Donna and for each one here. Just know that there are no mistakes, that each and every one is here by divine appointment, that each one takes a message that's just for them, and that their lives are empowered and enriched for having been here in this space. And I know that Spirit moves here today. I know that Spirit speaks here and sings through the people who are here this morning, but it especially speaks through the words of Donna Davis. We know that she is a clear channel for the divine, and that her words speak to each and every one of us. And so I release these words with joy and gratitude and great expectation, knowing that life is good and getting better every moment. So it is.
So it is.
God is where I stand. God is standing strong where I breathe. God is breathing life in and out and through me. As me, where I sing, and where I work. Love is my career, and where I play, God is playing boldly in and out and through me as me.
Oh my goodness, God is everywhere, y'all, everywhere. So, that being the case, my name is Donna Davis. I'm one of the spiritual practitioners here. I'm a prayer partner, a prayer warrior for you, if you will. You see my little cape?
Yes.
Y'all know where I work and play and live and be and move and everything God is. And that is why I do what I do. I'm a nurse. But more than a physical nurse, I'm a spiritual nurse. That's why I became a practitioner. Because I know what saved my life and saved my family was this teaching. And that is why I decided to dive into it and pull it apart and then take it to my patients and the rest of the world through me, in and out and through me. I get to give this gift, which is this teaching in the world. And that's why we're here today. So Cynthia James taught me something at the Big Sky Retreat, and she said is that in order to learn something new, you have to move first. So everybody get up. Real quick. We're going to take a nice deep breath together, and then you're going to sigh with a big ah and shake your body. Shake your body real good, okay? We're going to do this a couple of times. So the first time, deep breath in, and release it. I felt that. One more time, deep breath in. And release it bigger. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Yes. Third time, deep breath in. And release it with a dance. All right. Ready? Here we go, y'all. All right. My growing edges here. I said, no, Norma's going to help me out here and keep me on time because I tend to ramble. My spells are very strong. I call her my baby dragon. I have effectively put her in the back seat, so she is satiated with her binky right now. And for me, the binky for my ego dragon is that I have to show her examples of where we succeeded. Or she's going to jump in front and say, run away, you're scared. She's trying to keep me safe. So right now, I showed her an example that I did this at the Big Sky already in front of folk. And I said, run it. And look at me standing here. Yeah. So she's like, let's see how you do. So we're talking about traveling light, right? We're talking about just unburdening ourselves from stuff. All the stuff. The human story is really what it is about. It's like you're walking around with a book and then you convince yourself that you are the author, the book, the story, the everything, instead of the one who's reading the book. You never put it down. It's like you're walking around through life like this. How many people do that? Like, some of us are looking down and look, man. You stumble, you go through all kinds of stuff, but still, you're the one reading the book. So I'm going to talk to the pure essence that is you, the magic that is each and every one of us. How many people here have ever been in a womb? Yeah, we have that in common, which is wonderful. How many people here were created at some point? Yay, we have that in common too. So wonderful. Yo, y'all are my tribe. Look at that. We have these two things in common. And so I speak to that perfection that is you, the essence that happened in that moment. Before you came into your story, before everybody got introduced to your body and the way you looked and started making decisions about you, before that, there was this beauty and magic. And nobody could touch it, right? How many people know what happens during pregnancy? You know, we have a basic idea, right? Fine. So before the story starts, before the hero embarks upon their journey into that expression that is humanity, well, certain things happen, and the hero goes through several journeys. So I'm going to share a little bit of my journey here today. My departure, this last iteration of the hero's journey, was when Norma and I decided that we wanted to take our business to Jamaica. We wanted to be international. Because I'm from Jamaica, and I feel that in order for people to understand other people, well, sometimes you gotta be okay with going into their space and learning about them. And I have that connection, so why not share it with everyone? And one thing I know about being Jamaican is we like to tell everybody about how amazing it is to be Jamaican. We love it. And we love to spread our joy and our one love and all of that all over the world, is who we are. So I thought, well, you know what? I need to do that too. I'm here in Ocala. People like Jamaica. They can come with us. So that's what started. Then I said to Norma, I said, baby, people have to see us travel. It's not just Ocala that needs this medicine. When I did COVID as a frontline nurse, I started using sound and vibration to heal myself. Then I shared it with others in the crazy that was happening. I didn't realize I was at the epicenter of the epicenter at the time, at Elmhurst. I was just in it with everybody else. I came back, now I'm having PTSD moments. I can't even walk into the hospital. I tried to take an assignment, and then bam, yeah, I got in a car accident, and Spirit was like, that's not where you're headed, right? So then I said, okay, what am I headed to do? Bring music and medicine to the world in a bigger way, bring this teaching in a bigger way. So I had to leave. So we took off, we shook up the home front, left everybody behind, and took off. And then, what happened? You have a showdown. I had my showdown with myself while I was at camp. I cannot do the bedside thing anymore. My body hurts. The PTSD is a problem. I had to get clear with myself. Oh my gosh, something has to change. And through that experience, the witness showed up for me and said, you are not supposed to do this anymore. And every time I tried to go back, Spirit said, car accident. Get out of there. That's not where you're supposed to go. Who waits for the spiritual 2x4? I mean, I was on the phone with my wife. And I said, oh my God, I can get that. So bam now, right? Spiritual 2x4. I'm not doing that anymore. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt, have the herniated disc, no more. I learned. The gift that came from that is me standing up for me and saying, oh my gosh, I'm valid too. There's only one me. If I fall down tomorrow, what happens? What happens to the message and the dream and all of that, right? So then I had to start to nurse me. And that's what came forward. So when we're talking about the hero's journey, the compassion that showed up for me was that I had to show up for myself. And we did that in May, with the grandbaby running around, and all the other babies getting sick, and the rain, and the smoke from Canada, and all that stuff. I found myself and started taking care of myself. And then I said, wait a minute, if I'm going to be a nurse coach and coach people on how to take care of their bodies so that they can live a better life, so they can make it through this human experience, what am I going to do? I'm going to come home and teach everybody. And that is why I returned. This is why we're here. Because we rise together, right? We all can recognize that there's crazy going on in the world. Even in our very community, there's not so stuff going on. You can't stop it. It's life, you know? And the more pitfalls and journeys and twists and turns, the more interesting it becomes, the more the adventure unfolds. But you are the one having the adventure. So, Where are we gonna have it from? You know? There's no like deal that all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, I'm enlightened. It doesn't work like that, I don't think. I think there's a lot of stuff that has to happen in the background. Like people see me up here on stage and they see me walking around, doing my thing, dancing. Like they don't realize that the reason I dance is because of my fibromyalgia pain. The more pain I'm in, the more I have to move and dance because it doesn't hurt when I'm dancing. The minute I stop moving, all the pain comes back. It's something that happens with fibromyalgia, so I speak about it because others are, when they look at you, they look normal. But they're going through stuff, right? So we have to say, hey, there is no such thing. People are going through stuff. Everybody's going through a different stuff. You know? And for those who are lucky enough to have the wonderful, perfect hand in poker, when they come in, hey, here's your cards, your playing cards, you get this, and this, and this. I watched my wife and her friends play cards. And every time the deck gets shuffled, there are those of us who gets anxiety. I don't like playing games for that reason. I get all in the feel, oh my God, what am I gonna do? My anxiety just shows up, y'all. It doesn't like games. Because I don't know what you're thinking and what you gotta go on, because I can't see it. And my control freak pops in and then I just don't like it. But life is a game, yo. So what do? I stop and I look at others who navigate this game well. And I say, okay. Like Mama. She gets the cards, even if it's a horrible hand, she'll be like, this is a terrible hand. And she's gonna be like, well, she's still gonna talk like she's gonna beat you too. It's a horrible hand, but what I know about this hand is I've seen people come back from terrible hands, so check this out, this is what I'm ready. And she becomes an alchemist. She starts to make magic out of horrible. Right? Because of the way she looks at it. Because she knows that there's no mistake. Enlightenment is a destructive process. You gotta get rid of the other stuff. I have the extra stuff that I'm carrying and carrying and carrying. So for me, I see the horrible head and I'm like, oh no, the sky is falling. But she sees the horrible head and she doesn't have to wait. She doesn't have to destroy this stuff. It's not about becoming better or any of that stuff. I mean, yeah, do you become better? Whose definition of better? You know, it's changed. It changes for me. Better for me is I got out of bed today. I took a shower last night. That's better. For somebody with depression, just being able to put your feet on the floor in the morning is better. So, does that mean that that's less? No. Each person's different, right? Enlightenment is about the crumbling away of the untruth. The untruth is there is no better. There's no none of that. It just is what it is. And there are days when your body feels better, like, oh, this feels good today. Or your pain scale comes up or down or whatever. That's really all you're measuring. It's just a human body going through processes. You're a soul that has the body. Michelangelo, they asked him about the David. What did he say? I didn't create the David. I just chipped away everything that wasn't David. That's us. There's that happens to us as we come through this experience. We start to take on all these things. Oh, must be who I am. This must be who I am. People told me that I shouldn't trust people who have white skin when I first came to the United States. Don't do it. They're very racist in America. It's not like that in Jamaica. Everywhere I go, everybody's brown like me. I never had to think about it. Suddenly I come here and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a lot of white folks. And they're all staring at me. And you know what I realized? There was a lot of beautiful people. And they were all staring at me. And it was a lie that I was told. Because there is no such thing as white people to begin with. And everybody, I was just curious about and fascinated about their heritage and their background because I was sharing Jamaica. Why? Because that's what we do as Jamaicans, right? We share how awesome our culture is, and then we want to know about yours. What's your culture? What did you eat today? Does your mama cook? You know, it's that kind of thing that you learn, right? It is the complete eradication of everything we imagined that was true before. It wasn't true. Oh my goodness. Where is she? I'm gonna know how to, Dorota. What a great name. That's her name. I was like, girl, you got a beautiful name. She's like, yeah, I'm Polish, and people don't say my name because they can't roll the R. I said, I am going to learn it. I'm going to learn how to roll this R, even if it's the last thing I do, because I think it's beautiful. You have to unlearn those untruths. You just got to get rid of them. So the first one we have to unlearn is the belief in separation. And I'm over here and I'm Jamaican, and Dorota over there, she's got a Polish, and Donna and Cindy, we're all separate, we're all different, we all come from different backgrounds, all of that. Yeah, there's that separation. I'm here, you're over there. Then there's this survival of the fittest, that there's competition. I have to jump over you in order to get to where I need to go, because it's survival of the fittest, honey, it's me or you. So now you have people climbing on each other to get to the top, whatever the top is perceived to be for that person. Well, of course, the top is different depending on who you ask, right? So we're all scrambling trying to do it. And then there's hierarchies of people. This person's better than this person. This one's smarter than that person. All of that. Instead of just saying, okay, this brain assimilates that system better, that this brain assimilates that system better. It's got nothing to do with the hierarchy of the person. It's just a system they decided to dive into. Or maybe something that came to them through their parents. Maybe it's a natural gift they have that they developed. Everybody's got natural gifts and talents. Nothing's better than any. It takes all of us to make it happen. I remember saying something to my son one day. I said, son, I don't care how powerful a neuroscientist is, a neurosurgeon. He's in there in that operating room, and he's doing this thing, cardiothoracic surgeon. Name it, right? Big ones, right? Let the AC go out in Florida. Tell me that OR is opening. Tell me that OR is going to open. They are going to have to reroute. Let's all the AC go out. Let every single person who ever does AC say, you know what, I'm just not doing this no more. Now what? We all live in Florida, y'all. There is nothing that's going to happen in that OR because you need it cold. You need certain things to happen. Let the electricity go out. Let the plumbing and the pipes back up in your kitchen or in your bathroom and sewage start coming out. Who you gonna call?
The surgeon.
Who are you gonna call? You're gonna call the guy that says, I'm willing to get into the trenches and get into the crapola and unclog this for you and make your life better. But yet we have this hierarchy thing. It doesn't, one just took one vein of reality and one took another vein, right? So the truth is, not only are we all in this together, but we're all parts of the oneness. Because right now, I can't blink myself out of the universe. I mean, I could try real hard, go, hold on. Am I still here?
Yeah.
Nope, still here. Even if I close my eyes and said, I'm gonna hold my breath until, honey, it's like we're all subject to the law of gravity, right? We're all subject to it. We're all part of it. We're in it. That's the reason why it feels like we're separated, is because you're in it. If you ask the baby who mom is while they're in the womb, they'll say, what are you talking about? What? There's nothing there. It's, I don't know, it's just me. By myself, swimming, having a good old time, right? You don't know, but you think you're separate, but you're not. Everyone is a part of you. I'm one blip, you're another blip, you're another blip, you're another blip. They're all like molecules in the air, just dancing around, doing our thing. And guess what? We can't see all the other blips that are colliding with us right now. Oh, look, there was a germ over there, and a microbe over there doing their thing. We exist together. Everyone is a part of us. I breathe in, you breathe out, and we're in it together. Life is conspiring on our behalf because there's something in back of everything that's making my heart beat right now. And I don't have to control Norma's heartbeat. Because even if I go in and open up her heart and I can hope and pray that when I hook it back up, it's going to go boop. And you know what happens in the OR, everybody goes, hope and prayer. Because it's not up to us. It's life that has to happen. And if life says, you know what, we're not coming back now, we're not doing that, the patient's gone. And there ain't a thing you can do about it. It works better when you understand that you don't have to be in control of everything. Because you're just in it, you know? I was 17 when I almost drowned. It's like my last story. Almost drowned. And I couldn't swim. Because everybody has this idea that Jamaicans should be able to swim. I don't know. But learning to swim in the ocean is different from learning to swim in the pool, so we don't swim. So here I am, and we went water rafting, and I'm doing my thing, and something happened, and I had to get out of the, no, it was tubing, and the tube broke, and I had to get the tube out of the water, and I go to come out, and I step down into this big hole, and here I am, oh God, I'm gonna drown. And you know what I realized? After about this many minutes, I got so tired that I was like, I guess I'm dying. I'm dead. So I just stopped and I went to take a big breath because I couldn't hold it any longer. And you know what happened? When I stopped thrashing about, I floated to the top, y'all. I floated up. I was like, oh, look at that. There's even a little video where it's got the little kid and the kid's like thrashing about, and the mom comes up and puts their legs down and they go, oh, I'm good. Life just works better when you understand it. You don't need to fight it. There's nothing to, to fight. You don't have to be nothing. You're already it. You just gotta get rid of the stuff that's not it. Is to go back to the beginning. And guess what? We are it, and it is us. The vastness out there is also the vastness inside. We are the micro of the macro. This video, I love this video. Y'all gotta see this if you haven't seen it yet. How many people seen this video? Oh yeah. Thank you, Reverend Cindy, for bringing this up. Let's listen to this. Oh, come on, right? Work with us. You know, sometimes when I pause and then restart, it happens. So maybe we have to do that. It's such a great video. I don't want you guys to miss it. Can we make it full screen? Is that possible? Isn't that cool?
Mm-hmm.
To think, wow, that which is out there is also here. Wow. You may be appropriately just. Spirit makes me just so happy just thinking about that, because I didn't have to create myself. I have to do none of that. It's not my responsibility to even do any of that part. I just get to be and to enjoy it and to recognize it. You know, and once we understand it and work with it and just realize that life is happening, it works better when you're like, oh wow, life is happening in and out and through me, as me. And each and every one of us, all of us is that. That's happening right now in this moment. The vastness of space is looking back at me right now. How cool is that? Yeah. So one of the other things that I love to do is, because I like to go back to that moment and to introduce people to that via sound bath, I tell people I'm recreating the womb space where all that noise was. When we came into noise and comfort and the sound of the drum and the whoosh, whoosh, whoosh of the rain and all of that is what we were created in. And so I tell people, well, you know, let's go back to that. Because you didn't control that. So sometimes when you feel you're out of control, you have to go back to it. And then where can you come from? You can come from a space of creation instead of the space of, oh God, life has happened to me. Those of you who don't know my story, child, we got enough time. We don't have enough time. But I sat in victimhood there for a minute because I thought stuff was happening to me. So much so that I used to tell people, God hates me. It's got to be something. God just doesn't like me. I did something in a former life, and this is it. And then I started realizing, oh no, wait a minute now. I'm not a victim. I'm just experiencing life. This is part of my story. And so now what I do is I tell myself, say your story out loud. Say who you are out loud. Because when you do, you start to realize, oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. Just do it. The next time you start to sit in your own self-doubt, stop and say your stuff out loud. Those of us who work in the professional world, you know, the elevator speech. Who are you? And even if you say stuff like, I'm a mom, well, how about I'm the gateway for life? You better bow down and recognize I am the gateway at which life comes in. Like seriously, it's a pretty powerful thing, right? Instead of, oh, I'm a mom. I've done that. You know, how about the educators or teacher? How about I am the shepherd for what's going to happen with humanity years from now? I am the reason humanity survives. That's me as a teacher. Without me, humanity cannot move forward. I'm a nurse. Oh, I'm just a nurse, I'm not the surgeon. I'm the last person that people see before they leave the planet. I'm the one that's holding their head when they're going through, where is my family? How do we get to that creation? We have to stop and think about, who are you really? What's the magic that's standing in front of you? The vastness of all the universe is standing here. And then walk accordingly, man. Take accountability for what's yours and only yours. I was telling Cindy today, I had a conversation with someone and I was like, oh God, I'm leaving bedside nursing. What's going to happen to all my patients? Oh no, woe is me. And as I was sitting in the victimhood of, oh, I had a car accident, I got to check my blah, blah, blah. That wonderful person looked back at me and God said, so, the same way God sent you to help people is the same way God's going to send other people to help those people. It just means that your job has changed now. And it's okay. Those patients will be fine. Because God's going to send somebody else. There's no mistaking God. God's already got this. Why are you sitting here trying to micromanage God? And I was like, oh yeah. So then I had to release my whole thing. Like, oh, okay, I guess I can let myself off the hook. And for feeling guilty for something that's not mine to do. There's that I have to change and fix everything mentality that I have sometimes. That's something I'm slowly chipping away, you know, as I produce the Donna, instead of the David. We can only share our story with someone who responds, if we share our story with someone who responds with empathy or understanding, shame cannot survive. I'm studying to become a nurse coach right now. I share my vulnerability and my burnout with other nurses who are also feeling the shame of we're leaving healthcare. They're old people who show up at a hospital and we are short-staffed. They're falling out of beds, hurting themselves in such a way that they don't recover or ever leave the hospital. There's shame around having to leave that. I could help, but I just can't. So we share it. We share our story. I talk about COVID. I talk about running for codes, man. With the beeping, the constant beeping. I talk about my body, my back, my feet with others, and they go, oh my God, me too. And it dissipates. They start to realize, oh my goodness, what am I ashamed about? And then as I step forward into my dream, which is to bring this music and health to the forefront, you know, we almost lost humanity. I was in the trenches of it. And I thought, we gotta change something. And it's gonna happen with one compliant patient after another. How do we get people to actually care about their bodies? You show them what they have. You show them the perfection, not the stuff that's busted or broken, because that's all you focus on. What's perfect? What can you do? So mom can't walk anymore to go visit Paris. What can you do? Well, a teenager might show up with a, I don't know, VR headset and put it on mom so she can go to Paris. What can you do? You can do that. Right? You can choose with awareness. And you can also develop friendships and relationships that are supportive. Through my journey, I've had a lot of people show up in different ways for me. Some people had all of that. They expanded the possibilities, they provided the support, they shared the power, they expressed the care, they challenged my growth. Some people, my mentors, do this for me. And then others, they're not the mentors, they're the challenger. And that's what they're doing, challenging my growth. Right? And underneath here, we have what the younger person version of it is expand possibility, expand my horizons, and connect me to opportunities. When I was a teenager in a group home, I had people who do this for me. And guess what? They were white people. That's how I started realizing the great lie. I was like, wait a minute, what's happening here? And because I came from the outside in, I could see it differently. You know, and I didn't have the generational pain connected, so I didn't have to buy in. I could stand separated because I'm Jamaican, and it's different for us. And it comes from the Search Institute. They had a survey with how many children?
6 million.
6 million.
Over 6 million kids.
Over 6 million kids. And they said, Gwen, I would be soaring if I had people who did this for me. And guess what, y'all? Y'all do this for me. I could tell you, each one of you, you fall in one of these for me. If it's nothing else, you express care. The fact that you're sitting in that chair looking up here tells me that, oh, maybe they do care about what I have to say. They're here. They could have been home in their bed, snuggled with their dog. But instead they're here. That you do for me. And it keeps me moving forward. So we ask that you do it for others. And then you build your team around you. I encourage my patients, build your team. Healthcare is here for you to plug into that system and use that tool for your body. You're not at the mercy of healthcare. That's not the case. You are building your team. So if your body needs physical health, you get a doctor. If you need mental health, you get a counselor or a therapist. If you need medications, get a psychiatrist. If you need help in your house, to clean your house, get someone who loves doing that cleaning organization. Y'all watch that on Netflix, right? Mm-hmm. There are people who just, that's their jam, man. And you can support someone in their dharma while they're helping you. Outsource it. I learned how to outsource because of my community. You guys were like, oh, I have that gift. I can come in and paint something or pull up the floor. Good night. If I could only imagine that. That was happening when we were in New York. People were at our place, fixing our place for us. People with these gifts that I could, it's just not in the scope of where I'm at to do that kind of thing. But they did it beautifully with love. So every time I walk in that room, I go, wow, the love. We do this just by being yourself. When you see stuff going on in the world, be the change. Hold someone's hand and say, hey, we're just going back to the original spot. The spot that is the perfection of us. We're just walking each other home. Ramdas says that. Come on, I know the way. Come on. Let me show you the way through the forest. You know, oh yeah, I left the trail of breadcrumbs and the darn birds ate it, but it's okay. I think I remember the way. Whatever you got to do to make you feel like, oh my gosh. And it's your experiences, and it's your growth, and it's your joy, and it's everything that's you. And you were the one that experienced it, so only you can share it. And we can give the benefit of that. So we are the change. And we walk together. And we rise together. And sometimes you can't fly. Like we call it the Phoenix Flight Tour. Sometimes you can't fly. Sometimes you need to land somewhere. And it's nice to have soft places to land. We encountered that with people who opened their places to us, opened their homes to us as we were traveling across country. It was nice. Yeah. All right. Any questions? Concerns? Oh, good. I think. It's all good, it's all good. Our affirmation today is this. My relationships are supportive and empower my well-being and growth. If your relationships are not supportive and empower your well-being and growth, then you may be in a moment of, this is my growing edge of my challenge. This person's here to stretch me to step into my empowerment and growth. That's how they're empowering you. All the relationships come to give you that gift. And so you just have to step back a little bit and say, look at you on the road to my success. You know, look at you in the story, the villain or the helper. So I invite you to repeat this after me. My relationships are supportive and empower my well-being and growth. One more time. My relationships are supportive.
My relationships are supportive
and empower my well-being and growth. Not just what others do for us, but what we do for others. We're supportive and we're empowering others, their well-being and growth. So I have a couple of anthems that I just listen to all the time. God is one that I use a lot when in the trenches of crazy. It's just to remember that and hear the present. So it's that, oh my gosh, where I stand, God is. What I'm doing, God is. So every time I'm dancing around and being goofy, that's me being God. Because when I do that, it's producing dopamine in my patient. Natural booster to their immune system. All I'm doing is over here. Right? That's God giving medicine. Reminding. Every time you smile, every time you walk, every time you open the door, God is. I encourage y'all to do that. This next song, Vision, is another one that I love. So Faith Rivera, mahalo, Faith. She's just so beautiful. I love her so much.
There are times in my life when I am stronger than I've ever been.
Ain't that the truth? There are times in my life when I believe I can do no wrong.
There are moments when I can believe that I'm shining brighter.
Sister, stand up. Believe in all that you can be.
Brother, remember who you are. Be strong. Hold tight to that vision, 'cause no one can ever take it away from you. Be strong. Live your life with passion. You got to keep on and hold tight. There are mountains to climb, more songs to sing, and tears to be cried. Oh, and there be moments of love, moments of winning, a lifetime of love. Oh, if I just keep in my mind, without any doubt, that I'm flying higher. Sister, get up, believe in all that you can be. Brother, you've got to know who you are. Be strong, hold tight to that vision, 'cause no one can ever take it away from you. Be strong, live your life with passion. You got to keep on and hold tight to your vision. This is your moment to rise up. You know the sun's coming out, your new life starting now. Can't keep you down, your spirits rising. Be strong, hold tight to that vision, 'cause no one can ever take it away from you. Be strong and live your life with passion. You got to keep on, and hold tight to surrender to the sun is shining, through your vision. Hold tight to your vision. Hold tight to your vision. You know, even if I only help one person, one patient, one child, one human being live extra day, then the vision was worth it. And all the work is worth it. One life. We said that in COVID. One person dies from this thing is one person too many. If we save one, it's enough. And it's okay. And that's why we do what we do. I encourage y'all to just step into your vision, no matter how small. Just step into it. Thank you guys for listening.
Oh, there we go. Wonderful. Thank you all. You know, I was so grateful. Donna wanted to speak. And this particular topic, this idea of community, was the perfect one for her. You know, when she says they went up to Maine for months and people were at their house fixing and cleaning and doing, how does that happen? Why does that happen? Because of who they are, right? Because of how they show up in the world, because of who they are for us in this community. So I just honor you and thank you. When I think community, I think Donna and Norma. Right? Yes, everybody. I'm going to invite Reverend Peggy to do our offering prayer today. Gosh, you got all of us and y'all don't even know. I found this place 20 years ago when this woman was in the pulpit. And then Donna and Norma came along, and so this is like legacy things. Cool, huh? Thank you.
I get to do this really fun part. You know, we're sitting here receiving all this good this morning, and now we get an opportunity to give back. And to make sure that this center thrives by our givingness. And one more thing, we're telling the universe we know we're prosperous and we expect more prosperity. All of those are in our givingness each Sunday that we come and give. So let's do our affirmation together. I can't really see that one. It is the nature of life to give of itself, as it is the tree's nature to bear fruit, and the flower's nature to bloom. It is my nature to share the gifts of my time, talent, and treasure. I participate in the divine flow of life, giving generously and receiving abundantly. I am blessed, and I am a blessing. I am grateful. Okay, we can give lots of ways. We can give with a check like that, like I just did. We can also go online. We can also go to the website. And, okay, so we can text to give, and the number for texting is 352-320-5110. You can sign up for the newsletter also at cslocala.org to keep up to date. And as you go to the website, you can hit that donate button or the kiosk out in the coffee room. So all those ways to give. I give from my bank monthly, and I love to do that. I picture those dollars flying through the air from my bank to the bank that is the center's bank. And it's such a fun thing to think, you know, that lightness of filling the ethers with love and support, and knowing that what we give to this center just comes back tenfold, multiplied into our lives and blesses everyone. And we have prayer requests, yes. If you'd like to put in a prayer request, the ministers and practitioners of this center will be praying for you this week, specifically and in confidence. So the prayer chest is behind Aaron and Christina, and you can just plop it in there, or any note that you'd like to do, or you can go to the website and put in a prayer request. Okay. Someone wants a prayer request? Yes. Okay. Yeah, that came in right already. Yes. Okay. So let's turn within for a moment and just give thanks for answered prayer and for our offering today. As we just allow ourselves to center in this life of abundance that we celebrate by being here, as we celebrate through enjoying and loving Donna's message to us, as we know that when we're here on whatever days we come, whether it's in service during the week or on a Sunday, that what we are about is that divine vision that blesses our lives and blesses those whose lives we touch. I do give thanks that all of this is so. I give thanks for answered prayer. And as we put prayer requests in the prayer chest this morning, as we ourselves are bringing forth into consciousness that for which we would request prayer, we know the answer to our prayers already exists in divine mind. That infinite source of all is infinite good, healing and blessing each and every one who turn to it. It turns to us, and our lives are lifted and blessed, and the world is better for it. I do give thanks that all of this is so. And let's say together, and so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Peggy, for that lovely prayer. She's such a generous and great giver. We have lots of generous people here. That's because it's one of the things we value, right? Yeah. So let's see what's next here. I think we're going to talk about events. We've got lots of stuff happening at CSL Ocala. Oh, so it's such a great time of year. Next week is Circle Sunday. So we do a different thing every week. For those of you who are new, the first week of the month, we do some type of spiritual practice. So it's an interactive kind of thing where we're not going to talk about conscious breathing. We're going to actually get on the yoga mat and do it. And so that's what happens the first Sunday of the month. The second Sunday is a more traditional talk, which is today. So it feels more like church. And then the third Sunday, we take the topic, which this month is all about our companions along the way, our building community. And so we will meet, we'll do a little short overview of the topic, and then we break out into small groups so that you all get to talk about how these things impact and affect your life. So it's a little more interactive than you might be used to. Some people have walked in and said, ooh, I'm not doing that. And some people will not miss a Circle Sunday. So there's a little something different for everybody. And then, let's see, we're not doing affirmative dance. It's on hiatus?
It's on hold.
It's on hold. It's on hold for a little bit, our affirmative dance, until Donna's feeling better. And then the Prism Market and Fair, that is something that we started doing over the summer. And so on the fourth Sunday of the month, we have so many practitioners in our community that do different types of modalities. We have Reiki, we have massage therapists, we have, oh my goodness, what's that? Sound healing, all kinds of things, and then different kinds of products. So what we do is this room becomes a vendor fair. So we'll have people with their tables and their services and their products set up inside and outside. There's music, there's, what else? Workshops, yes, 2 workshops at the next one. Excellent. So for a half hour or so during the day, during that time that we're together, there are different presentations.
11 and 2.
One of them at 11 and 2. Thank
What's
you.
PRISM stand for?
PRISM stands for, say it again.
Practical realities in spiritual modalities.
Don't hear that? Practical realities in spiritual modalities. So it is a market and fair, and it's a lot of fun. I invite you to come and join us for that. Oh, wrong way. And then what's next? Oh, so if you want to vend, if you want to be a vendor for this event, please get in touch with Pam. Raise your hand, or Tiffany. Pam. And speaking of reaching out, volunteers are needed in so many different areas here. Yes, we've got set up and take down when you come into the room in the morning, putting up the chairs and then taking them down. We've got, for folks to check in, we've got a welcome team. We've got our kids. When we have kids here, we need people to hang out with our little people. What is that hover helper? There's some new stuff on here, y'all. I didn't see some of these things. For the fair, gotcha. All this for the fair.
Yeah.
There's also, stuff going on outside. We could use someone to help with marketing. There's all kinds of ways that you can help. So if you have a skill that you would like to share, touch base with Pammy back there, and we'll plug you into the right place. What else? Elaine Silver in concert, that is happening after the vendor fair this month on the 22nd. Elaine Silver comes from Sarasota. She's a folk singer. So we have all kinds of music that we do here. We just had someone doing conscious rap. So now we've got the folk singer coming in. And then for my ordination, we're going to have some Motown. So we just are very eclectic in our musical taste. And Fairy Elaine is a big Beatles fan, and she uses a lot of our teaching in her music. And it's just going to be a fun evening. So come and join us for that. Oh, and then the 27th, the weekend after that, this is the day after my ordination ceremony, Amy Steinberg will be here. How many of you know Amy Steinberg? She's the 29th, that's on the Sunday. So this is going to be an experimental kind of a thing. I experienced something in Chicago called the Transcendent, no, it wasn't Transcendent, it was the Cosmic Mass. And it was kind of trippy and puts you in a little bit of an altered state just with the lights and the music and the ritual. And so put on your dancing shoes, and we're going to be hanging out together for that. We still don't know what that's going to be. I just know it's going to be amazing. You're not going to want to miss it. Because it's Amy, it's going to be phenomenal. So much fun. Let's see, upcoming spiritual practices. This is in November. Gabriel Lance is going to be doing, I think he's doing some kirtan and some yoga stuff. And that is at 11. Oh, and then the book launch. Did you know that was going to be here? Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, Galen Rodriguez has written a book and it is being published. It is Psychedelics, Dreams, and Rituals, a guidebook for explorers, therapists, and facilitators. And so that is happening November 11th is the book launch, but you must register ahead of time. It's at Mojo Grill, so she needs a head count for who's going to be there. And we're just so excited for that. There's amazing work happening in this community. You know, it used to be that if it happened in New York, it could happen anywhere. And we're talking peace building and spiritual growth. If it can happen in Ocala, it can happen anywhere. Right. And let's see. It's been a while. I have been a licensed minister since 2015. I jumped through all of the hoops, did what I needed to do back in 2019. We were going to celebrate with a party, and y'all know what happened in 2020. So I put it off and thought, do I really want to do this? Do I want to do this? And I want to do it. So my ordination ceremony is going to celebrate my vows, and that is on the 28th here at the center. Saturday evening, tickets are on sale through Eventbrite. We'll put the code up. And then Norma's asking for raffle items needed. So if you have a service or something that you'd like to put in the raffle, so whatever money we raise above and beyond the cost of the event is going to be fundraiser for the center. We need a new roof, we need some flooring, we need a lot of things. So we're just opening the door with that, and we will see how much money we collect, but we're going to need some. So think about how you would like to give. We appreciate that. And is that anything else? Volunteering, we talked about that. Calling in green guardians, raise your hand, Tiffany, for people who are, yay, Tiffany for stepping up as our grounds keeper and keeper of our circle. When are we having our cleanup day? Oh, so that's next Saturday, next Sunday. Next Sunday after service, or after our circle conversations, we're going to be doing the cleanup at the center. So come, dress comfortably if you're up for that. Bring your gloves and whatever you need, your spray, bug spray, etc. And what else? We'll provide lunch. We'll have pizza. Or something. Let's see, book club that is coming in January. Is Aurora still in the room? Yes, do you want to say anything about it?
Yeah, I'll just say something. So, we have a book sign-up sheet on the welcome table. You're just going to write down the book name and the author. And then a week in December, starting December 17th, we're going to be doing a random draw to pick 4 books for us to study in 2024. And we're going to be meeting every first Sunday after service, around 1 to 3. And it's a mini potluck, so bring a little snack to share.
I love how our youth are stepping up too to take these things on. It's phenomenal. Let's see, foundations. What's that?
Switch the date. Yes.
You switch the dates.
Yes. I was trying to switch.
So those of you who know anything, how many people here have heard of foundations? Okay, this is the first class, certificated class that you take within our movement, and it just teaches you what the science of mind is, and then all the different pieces of what we teach here. So if you're just curious and just want to learn about it, take foundations. I decided to make it virtual because one of our students, she's got somebody knocking on the gateway of that existence, so we want to honor baby and, and her body, and so we want to go virtual. That way if baby decides to come, we'll be ready. Yeah, but we're going to go virtual. If you are interested, let me know. It's not hard and fast this time. So if you're interested, let me know, and we'll come up with a time that works for everybody. But foundations is something that, trust me when I tell you, just getting into this is going to it's going to open up so many doors for you. And it's certificated. So if you decide to continue on, this is the first class. Yeah, just come see me afterwards, and we will get together on the date and time.
Okay, so yes, we are founded on these principles, and the best way to get it, I think, is in a class, really. Sunday mornings are phenomenal, and I would never tell you don't come on a Sunday, but absolutely take the classes. They're wonderful, and your life will change as a result. Yeah. All right, our little folks, do you have any little people here this morning? All right, let's what the heck is going on here? Oh, I think she's enjoying it. So here's what we do. You warm up your hands a little bit, send her some love here, and there's what we're going to say. So all together, we honor you, we see your light, may it shine on all that you do. And so it is. Nice to have been acknowledged like that as a child. We're so excited you're here. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And that brings us to our prayer for protection. So if y'all want to say this together, it's so easy and wonderful and easy to remember and know. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And so it is.
And y'all remember I told you that Jamaicans like to spread ourselves all over the world? Well, Playing for Change, this is from all over the world, all these different people playing Bob Marley's music together. So we get to join them, and it's a fun song as we leave. So allow for this song to just ruminate inside of your soul. Yes. Y'all all Jamaican. There's a little bit of Jamaican. Might as well celebrate it. And pay attention to where the people are in the video.
Okay. Hey, got it. It's not an ice cream comment.
Y'all know the song, right?
One love,